Hi everyone, it's Manny again from Power Master Service Center. Have you ever jumped in your car and turns out that the car wouldn't start? So before you call a tow truck, let me show you how to figure out what is going on in few seconds. So I go over to this car here and I try to, I try to start the car. And if the car has got a slow or weak crank, say when you try to start the car, the engine turns very slowly. There's a likely chance that your battery is on its way out. It could be low voltage or a poor connection. So what you can do is you start with checking your batteries. So you check your battery, make sure the terminals, make sure they're all firm, and you can check your battery indicator as well and see if the battery has still got some life in it. So secondly, if I turn the ignition, if I turn the car on and there is a click but no crank, like you turn the ignition on, you try to start the car and there is a click, like come, and there is no start, it doesn't crank the car, it's most likely your starter motor. So there's a solenoid in the starter motor. So the solenoid clicking, but the motor isn't engaging. Sometimes tapping it lightly can help to diagnose it, but you probably need to replace it. So I'll show you. So what you can do is you can come over to your engine. So the starter motor is usually in between, just in between your engine and your transmission. So in some cars, it's easy to access. In some cars, it's hard to access. But just have it in mind that it's in between your transmission and your engine, whether front wheel drive or rear wheel drive. And this car is just below the intake manifold. So you can try tapping it and see if you can get the solenoid to engage the motor. That way, you might be able to solve the problem. But you should be considering replacing it because one day it's going to fail, and it's whether you tap or not, it's not going to work anymore. So the third one is when you try to start the car and all the lights on the dash is very bright and present, but there's no sound, no crank, no sound, nothing at all. This could be an electrical problem. It could either be your ignition switch, your immobilizer, or even a bad ground connection. So sometimes the chip in your key as well can fail. You see this key? It's got something inside here, a chip inside here that communicates with your immobilizer. So sometimes they fail. So if it fails, the lights, everything is going to be on, but it's not going to start. But one thing you can pick up from this, if it's the chip or something that has to do with the immobilizer, sometimes you will see the key sign flashing on the dash, or wherever it can flash on the dash, the key sign will flash there. That way you know that you're dealing with something that has to do with your immobilizer or your transponder. So it's most likely an electrical problem if you have this experience. So lastly would be when you try to start the car and you crank the car, it's got a strong crank, like it turns the engine really good, like but it's not starting. So it means you're having a fuel problem or a spark problem, electrical problem, or a fuel problem. It could be mechanical, but 90 out of 100, it's either a fuel problem or an electrical problem. So one quick elimination method you can do is you can go over to your engine. So this is where you have your airbox. You can just take this clamp off, get a starting fluid. That's you can get a starting fluid from any auto shop, auto parts shop. So get a starting fluid and then spray inside this. Just spray a little bit, please. When you're doing this, you don't need to spray too much, just a little bit because those fluids are flammable. So spray a little bit and try to crank the car. If it starts, that means you've got a fuel problem. It's either you've got a failing fuel pump, or you got a clogged fuel filter, or you have a problem along your fuel line. So, but if it doesn't start, that way you know you've eliminated that one, and you start chasing for sparks on your ignition coil. Make sure there's sparks there. If you've done that, you'll be able to narrow your way down to what the problem might be. So when you try to start the car and it cranks, but it doesn't start, one quick thing you can do again, one quick check you can do is put the ignition on and then check if your check engine light comes up on your instrument cluster. So usually it should come up with other lights, but if it's missing, so that will be an indication that you've got an electrical problem. So this is a quick thing you can also check before you can go to your engine bay and check other stuff as well. Some simple checks you can do as a car user before you take your car to a mechanic. You might be lucky to fix the problem yourself and you don't have to spend that money. So some of the scenarios can be different. Like sometimes you can have like a clicking sound when you try to start the car. It clicks multiple times. But if you look at the dash, you'll see the light on the dash, blinking. that is also a battery problem. So there could be more to the problems, but you can do these checks to help yourself so you don't have to spend too much at the mechanic workshop. So if your car won't start, it's usually one of these three things. It's either electrical, fuel, or mechanical. So start simple, work smart, and you will save yourself a lot of time and money. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Auto Care Shop. You can also like us on Facebook, Parramatta Service Center. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.